G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another episode of r/relationship advice. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode, and with that said, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn to the Barbie. Let's get right into it. Posted by user Throwaway New Ring, titled, Am I the asshole for forcing my brother to buy me a new engagement ring? I, 26 male, am proposing to my girlfriend, 24 female, on our 4th anniversary, September 30th. I've been planning this for about a month, and I picked the ring a couple of weeks ago. The one I got was on sale, so I managed to get it at a surprisingly low price. Last weekend, I told my brother, 33 male, about my plans, and I showed him my ring. He informed me that he was proposing to his girlfriend, 29 female, as well. The next day, my brother came to my apartment while my girlfriend was out. He asked me if he could borrow my ring to propose to his girlfriend. I thought he was joking at first, but no, his plan was to propose to his girlfriend, explain he was using my ring as a placeholder, and then take her to pick her own ring later. His reasoning was that he didn't want to spend too much money right away in case she didn't say yes. I'd never heard of placeholder rings, so I said no, and the conversation had moved on. On Tuesday, he proposed to his girlfriend, with my ring. He'd taken it before leaving my apartment. I got distracted at work and didn't notice it was gone until his fiancée sent a picture of herself wearing the ring to our family group chat. I called him to ask about the ring, and he immediately apologized and said he'd keep his promise and give it back to me. But at this point, my girlfriend had seen it, and his fiancée had posted about it on social media, so it was pointless for me to propose using the same ring. We fought about it, and he confessed that while he'd told his fiancée the ring was a placeholder, he didn't tell her where he'd gotten it from. I felt more angry and betrayed about him going behind my back and taking the ring after I said no, rather than the fact that he stole it. I also know his fiancée enough to know that she wouldn't like to learn her engagement ring had been stolen from me. So I told my brother that I'd tell her the truth if he didn't buy me a new engagement ring. He fought against it for a few hours, but finally gave up and agreed. We went to a different jewelry store yesterday, and I picked a new ring. I managed to stay in the price range, but the new one was still $100 more expensive. My brother bought the ring, but is still accusing me of being inconsiderate and childish. He is insistent that he would have given me the ring back had I given him the opportunity, and I didn't need to threaten him to spend so much money on me. He is now refusing to talk to me. I don't know how to feel about this anymore. I'd usually talk to my brother about these things, and it's surreal that he's the one that I'm fighting. I can't tell my girlfriend, and many of our friends overlap. The only other person who knows about this is our mom, who's divided. She thinks what my brother did was wrong, and I'm right to be pissed at him, but I didn't have to stoop as low as I did by threatening his relationship. Am I the asshole? Edit, accidentally called my girlfriend fiancé. I'm proposing to her on Saturday. I can't tell her about this because I wanted the proposal to be a surprise. In the comments, someone asks, does bro have some illness or impairment that could excuse this, or is he just the worst? OP says, he's actually never done anything like this before. We usually have a great relationship. He was the first person I wanted to tell when I first started dating my girlfriend, and that I'm proposing to her now. There's no way both fiancés won't find out, so make sure to tell your girlfriend, soon-to-be fiancé. And OP replies, I'll definitely tell her, but only after I propose. I'm considering telling my brother's fiancé as well, but I haven't decided yet. I will tell my girlfriend after I propose. I spent a lot of time planning a proposal that she would like, and I don't want this situation to get in the way. We've been talking about our future together, marriage, kids, and careers, for a while now, so this is really important to me. What are you going to do if your girlfriend wants that original ring? OP says, I actually think she'll like the new one better. I personally prefer it, but it might be because it was even harder to look at the first one now. How long have bro and his girlfriend been together? OP says, 3 years, give or take. On parents, OP says, my dad died 5 years ago. I'm still talking to my mum about this, and she seems to be leaning towards my side, but I'll put more distance between us if she decides to side with my brother. Tyler4U2 says, not the asshole. Your brother created this entire situation and is 100% at fault. If it were me, I'd make all 4 parties sit down and explain everything. You might as well rip the band-aid off now, because it's going to come out sooner or later. It'll be much worse if it's later. Damn right, call his ass out. Fiancé deserves to know that her man pulled all this nonsense. I would be livid to find this out after getting married if I was the fiancé. She deserves to know the truth about the man she's planning to commit to before she makes that commitment. Not the asshole. He stole your ring. That was a choice he made, and it's also the choice that is threatening his relationship, not your reaction and words. It's completely fair if you never trust him again, since he also decided that having that ring was more important than a good relationship with you. If I was the brother's fiancé and found out, which she will, I would be giving that ring back ASAP and breaking up because I could never trust him again. To have one's proposal of marriage tainted by a theft and a lie seems like more than any marriage could overcome or should have to. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me as to why the brother decided to do this. Why did the proposal have to be so rushed? Like, why did he have to steal OP's ring in order to do the proposal? There is no time limit on when this proposal happens. You just saw they had a great ring, and you were one-track minded about it, even after he told you no. I hate that family members, like the mother in this instance, could potentially swing to the side of the brother and go against OP when it's so obvious the sibling is such an asshole in this instance. And I truly hope it doesn't go that way, but as it is right now, I'm gonna say not the asshole. Update. First, the good news. My girlfriend and I are engaged. I proposed to her on our anniversary, just as I'd planned. She said yes, and we both cried. I love this woman, and I can't wait to marry her. Also, my brother is single. A couple of days after my post, my mum called me and apologized. After thinking it through, she realized that while I did threaten his relationship, my brother had brought it upon himself. She confronted him the next day, and he ended up confessing that he wasn't going to propose until I said I was. My brother is older, but I've hit many more milestones earlier than him. He never seemed bitter about it. We've always been close and supported each other, which is why I was completely blindsided by what he did. Finding out that I was proposing made him panic. He spontaneously said he was doing so too, but freaked out about picking an engagement ring and devised a new plan that, according to him, made sense at the time. Use mine and take his girlfriend to buy a new one later. The plan was ruined when I said no, so he stole my ring. The new plan was to propose with it, take her to buy a new one, find an excuse to visit me the next day, and discreetly return the ring to my apartment. I wasn't even supposed to know that it was gone. That plan was also ruined, due to his girlfriend's immediate announcement. He knew she was doing it, but not that she'd show the ring. Then he got mad that I made him get a new ring because he'd told his girlfriend he'd get her one too. So his plan to spare himself the effort of choosing an engagement ring would end up making him buy two. Basically, my mum got him to admit this whole engagement was a panic move. She said he'd already seemed embarrassed when they started talking, but was a wreck by the time they were done. She told him to apologize to me, and he called me an hour later to do so. He seemed sincere. Many of you said his girlfriend deserved to know the truth, and I agree. The only reason I hadn't done so was because I thought that should come from my brother, so I took the opportunity to tell him that if he truly loved her, he would tell her the truth. He did. I don't know much of what was said, but she dumped him. He gave me back the first ring and refused to offer to pay him back what he'd spent on the new one. As some of you recommended, I waited 2 days after proposing to tell my fiancé what happened. She was furious, but reassured me that she loved her ring more than any other. Since the first one was on sale, I can't return it to the store, so we're thinking of selling it. I haven't forgiven my brother, but because he's never done anything like this before, I'm willing to give him another chance. I'm going low contact for now. He'll have to earn my trust back. I really hope he does. I love him. I don't want our relationship to end over what he did. Both my fiancé and my mum agree with me on this. There's more that I want to add, but the word limit's not helping. I'll try to reply to more comments this time. Thank you all. In the comments, Buttercup Grump says, "Congrats. I really hope your brother learns from this whole fiasco. And OP says, me too. There's a part of me that still can't believe this even happened. Did you change your lock so your brother can't get in your place again? And OP says, he never had a key to my apartment. He stole the ring while he was visiting me and my back was turned. Honestly, sell the other ring and put the money towards your wedding or honeymoon. Yeah, that seems like the best course of action. Engagement rings have terrible resale value, from half the price to a quarter if you bought from somewhere like Kay's or Jared. You might be better off keeping it and giving the ring to your future child. It would make a lovely graduation gift for a daughter. What milestones were you talking about, OP? And OP says, they were mostly life milestones, really. I moved out at 24, he lived with our mum until last year. I was the first to have a long-term relationship with my now fiancé. He's accomplished a lot in life, just not as soon as I did. What the hell was your mum thinking before? OP says, she later said that she didn't know what she was thinking, but I get that it was kind of a tough spot. I think the main reason she tried playing Switzerland at first was because she's not used to us fighting. Someone suggests therapy to your brother, and OP says, he's already seeing a therapist, but I did suggest that he talk about this with her. On the bro's ex-girlfriend, OP says, I feel awful for her. She's a great person and really did love my brother. Had he not pulled this stunt, they could have had a great life together. You could keep the first ring as a backup and replacement for holidays, or if she doesn't want to wear it for festivals, concerts, etc. And OP says, that sounds like a great idea. When I asked my fiancée what she wanted to do with the first ring, she said she preferred the second one, but I'll suggest that and see what she thinks. It's safe to say, your brother won't be the ring bearer at your wedding. And OP says, yeah, we'll have to save that role for someone else. I really hope we've worked things out by the time my wedding comes along. What did you not include in your post due to word count that you wanted to? OP says, mostly some more details on how I felt about this, as well as my fiancé. I feel like this post was very matter-of-fact, which is not usually how I write things. I think I managed to include everything I wanted in the comments, though. Our next post is by user BFF Slept with Sis, titled, Am I the asshole for calling my best friend creepy for sleeping with my little sister? Hi Reddit. I'm honestly at a loss right now and need some outsider's perspective. So my, 27 female, parents died in a car accident a few months ago, and now my sister Lily, 18 female, is staying with me at my apartment. I love having Lily here. I didn't get to see her as much after I moved to the city where we're currently living, and my job. It was a much smoother transition than I expected. I reintroduced her to my best friend Cole, 27 male, almost right away, and they seemed to get along fairly well. My sister's birthday was in July, and the night after it, she went to a new 18-plus club that opened in our area. I didn't think much of it and just wanted her to be safe. After that night, Lily seemed more stressed, and I assumed it was because of her first year at college coming up. She's taking online courses for the first year, and just tried to give her advice on how to handle it. Yesterday, after Cole came over to drop off some brownies he had baked, my sister came up to me with tears in her eyes and admitted that she had bumped into Cole on the night after her birthday, and they ended up sleeping together. I was shocked, but from how sad and ashamed Lily seemed, I asked if Cole had taken advantage of her. Lily said no, and that it was 100% consensual, but Cole asked her to keep it a secret. Lily didn't want to stress me out and was afraid of me being mad at her, but she couldn't hold it in much longer. After reassuring Lily that I wasn't mad at her and that she was completely right for telling me, I went to my room and angrily called Cole. I yelled at him over the phone and told him how creepy it was that he screwed my freshly 18-year-old sister and that he was way too old to be messing around with girls her age. We went back and forth for a bit before finally hanging up, and I went back to talking to Lily about this. Cole told his family and our mutual friends what happened. During the night and even this morning, I've been bombarded with texts from them saying that I was an asshole for calling Cole creepy and that since it was a consensual sexual encounter with Lily being of age, it shouldn't matter. I haven't shown Lily the texts. I don't want to make her feel worse than she already is. With how consistent everyone has been with calling me an asshole, I'm wondering if I really am. So, am I the asshole for calling my best friend creepy for sleeping with my little sister? Edit. Yes, I realized I made it sound like Cole and Lily only met after our parents' death, but she's known him before. Granted, they didn't talk much to my knowledge back then since she was a kid, and I didn't include her in what I was doing very often. Edit 2, it's just Cole's mum, dad, and brother who are harassing me about this outside of our friends, and at this point, I think that he might have twisted the story for them to get this riled up over what I said. In the comments, LeaksG says, 100% creepy. Also, she just had a massively traumatic event happen. He also told her to lie to you knowing that she just lost her parents. Highly manipulative and weird. He isn't a good guy. Not the asshole. Also adding it's creepy as hell that he asked her to keep it a secret? What the hell? He knew exactly what he was doing. Cole isn't your friend, OP, and you really need to look at your circle and question those who are defending him. Right? Like this girl is effing vulnerable, and you as a grown-ass man sleep with her and then tell her to lie to her only living immediate family. What the hell? That girl must be going through it. I feel so bad for her. Update. Hey Reddit. These past 4 days have been busy, but I'm back with an update. To start off with, I ended up talking to Lily about what happened that night, and she ended up revealing that shortly after I reintroduced Cole to her, he began texting her saying that he wanted to help her grieve. Lily had told Cole about her plan to go to that club, and by the time Cole had shown up, she was decently tipsy. Lily had woken up in Cole's bed the next morning, and after he had woken up too, he told my sister to lie about what happened by saying that she was at a friend's house because I would consider it to be a betrayal of my trust if I knew they slept together. After further discussion, Lily and I decided that grief counseling was best for her. Lily said that she regretted not getting it at the start because to her, that's what started this. As for Cole's family and our friends, I decided to ask them what they were told in 2 separate group chats. I was effing right that he didn't tell them what actually happened. His family was under the impression that Cole and Lily had told me already what had happened at first, and that I seemed okay with it, but when Lily wanted to talk further, I blew up at him out of the blue. I told them what actually happened, and while Cole's family seemed hesitant to believe me, they'd said they would talk to Cole. As for our friends, they believed me, and while some apologized, some were saying that it shouldn't have been an issue in the first place because my sister was legal, so I had to drop those people. I've blocked Cole, and I haven't confronted him further, but I'm preparing myself for the worst when I do. Also, to clarify some things, I'm a woman first of all, and second of all, I don't think Cole had ever romantically liked me the past 15 years of us being friends. There just hasn't been any sign of that. But then again, this proves that I don't know him as well as I thought, so I don't know. Thank you for all the advice, and I'll update again if anything comes out of this. In the comments, DevFreak1 says, it's creepy that their relationship started with him consoling her regarding the grief. Still feels like she was taken advantage of, emotionally, not physically, although you have no context between tipsy and her waking up in the bed. Creepy. Help with grief? By getting his willy wet? He was definitely out of line, and you just know that he would have gone for her when she was younger if it was legal. Good on you for being such a good sister that she felt comfortable coming to you with this moral dilemma. She is a victim, but somehow was convinced that she was in the wrong for this. Screw Cole. Update 2. I wanted to post an update a few days ago, but I felt emotionally and mentally exhausted. Per your guys' advice, I asked Lily if she actually remembered having sex with Cole, and she said that she remembered Cole buying her a drink, and then later on, Cole convinced Lily and her friend who was tagging along with her to let Lily go home with him. Lily remembers getting in the Uber and being inside of Cole's living room and bedroom, but not the sex itself. I mentioned that it's possible Cole drugged her with that drink, and if he did, then it's assault, and Lily can press charges against him. Lily said if he did, she would want to press charges against Cole. We both got a bit emotional afterwards, and I apologized to Lily for not noticing that something was wrong when it first happened. As for Cole's parents, they threatened to cut him off financially if he didn't tell them the truth, and Cole admitted to what Lily said in the first post. Cole's parents apologized to me over the phone, and I told them what Lily said, and if he did drug her, then there's a possibility that we'll be pressing charges against Cole. They seemed to accept that and apologized one more time for harassing me before hanging up. Also, while clearing my phone of Cole-related things, pictures, videos, calendar dates, etc., I remembered a time when he was picking me up from a concert when we were 18 to 19. He looked at my outfit when I got into the car and mentioned how easy it would be for someone at the concert to rip it off and take advantage of me. I'll be honest, I was far more timid and more afraid of confrontation, so despite feeling weird about his comment, I brushed it off so we wouldn't fight over it. So there's one red flag I missed and regret not mentioning. Like I said in the last update, thank you all for your support and advice. I'll update again if anything major comes up. Oh, and I'm changing all my passwords, probably my apartment door lock too, that Cole has access to, just in case he tries anything. In the comments, Chonkosaurus Rex says, imagine being 27 years old, having known a kid since she was 3, and as she's grieving the loss of her parents and having her whole world turned upside down, you find her when she is freshly 18 and tipsy, take her home to sleep with her, and when she wakes up, you tell her not to tell her sister. Imagine being that person and not thinking you're a frickin' creep. He knows he's a creep. He knows exactly what he did, and his actions show that it was premeditated. He was just waiting for his chance. Even if it was consensual, which I have doubts, this girl just turned 18 and had recently suffered a great loss. She's vulnerable. He took advantage of her. The guy is 100% a creep. Read this out loud to my 29-year-old husband and our 27-year-old best friend. They both instantly made the connection with my 19-year-old sister and retched. Absolutely not. She was already tipsy when he met up with her, and it sounds like she ended up drunk enough that she didn't remember it at all. No way that was consensual. I think Cole's creepiness is proven by the fact that he told so many people that he had slept with OP's sister. Also, sleeping with a drunk 18-year-old at his age is super extra creepy. That's just a skeevy, gross move. In what world is there an okay situation for a 27-year-old man to intentionally meet up with a freshly 18-year-old girl who just lost her parents, is now drunk, and then sleep with her? That's heinously gross. My instinct would have been to get her home safely and then call my supposed best friend to let her know that her underage, depending on the country, little sister is home safe. Also, when your defense is, she's legal. No. And that's where I'm going to end today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.